You sit across from them. The coffee is cooling between you, emitting a faint, forgotten steam. They are smiling, nodding, swearing their absolute loyalty, telling you exactly what you want to hear. Yet, deep in your gut, a cold, sharp blade of intuition twists. Something is deeply wrong. You sense the betrayal before it manifests, but you lack the tools to prove it. So, you brush the feeling aside. You ignore the micro-expressions, the subtle shift in weight, the brief drying of the throat. You choose comfort over paranoia. And weeks later, the trap springs. You are left picking up the pieces of a disaster you saw coming, cursing yourself for trusting words over reality. You played the fool because you relied on spoken language, the primary mechanism humans evolved to deceive one another. You allowed yourself to be blind in a world where everyone else is silently projecting their true intentions. Stop being the prey. Words were designed to disguise thought. Physical action reveals it. The moment you master reading the physical human suit, no one will ever lie to you again. You suffer from what behavioral scientists term cognitive bias toward verbal dominance. You were raised in a culture that teaches you to listen to what people say rather than observe what they do. Here is what they don't tell you. Speech is controlled by the neocortex, the rational, calculating part of the brain that creates sophisticated lies. Body language, however, is controlled by the limbic system, the ancient hardwired survival engine that cannot lie. As Friedrich Nietzsche noted in Beyond Good and Evil, the mouth may lie, but the face it makes nonetheless tells the truth. Your brain is receiving these nonverbal signals constantly, but your social conditioning overrides them. You excuse the inconsistency because you crave social harmony. The herd operates on naive realism, blindly trusting verbal scripts. The 1% who achieve true dominance understand game theory and limbic resonance. They know that human beings are primates wearing expensive suits, constantly broadcasting their fear, submission, and hostility through involuntary physical tells. When you learn to decode these signals like a CIA interrogator, you step out of the herd and into the position of the observer. Before you can detect a lie, you must understand a person's normal operational state. In intelligence gathering, attempting to read someone without establishing their baseline is a fatal error. The limbic system reacts to perceived threats through minute physiological shifts. When an individual enters a high-stakes conversation, their baseline reveals their comfort zone, their natural blinking rate, vocal cadence, and resting posture. Carl Jung highlighted that the unexamined shadow leaks through subconscious habits. When an individual strays from their baseline, they are undergoing cognitive load. Imagine you are negotiating a contract. Your counterpart sits back, breathing deeply, blinking 12 times a minute. You introduce a controversial clause. Suddenly, their posture stiffens, their blink rate quadruples, and they begin touching their neck. The clause did not just displease them, it triggered a survival response. Tomorrow, do not look for lies. Look for deviations. Observe colleagues in low-stakes environments, coffee breaks, casual chats. Note their baseline. When the pressure rises, watch where the baseline fractures. The dark truth is that people are constantly giving you the key to their destruction. You're simply too distracted by their words to take it. When faced with danger, the evolutionary hierarchy of response is not fight or flight. It is freeze, flight, fight. Flight and fight draw attention. Freezing confers invisibility. Neuroscience confirms that under acute stress or deceit, the amygdala signals the motor cortex to minimize movement. When someone is asked a direct, piercing question and they suddenly lock up, their gesticulation ceasing instantly. They have entered limbic freeze. You ask your business partner where the unaccounted funds went. Instead of natural, fluid response, they freeze. Their hands, previously animated, rest dead on the table. Their shoulders lock. They answer smoothly, but their physical frame is a statue. They are playing dead to survive your scrutiny. Next time you pose a critical question, ignore the answer entirely. Watch the hands and torso. If all motion stops dead, you have struck a nerve. The average person believes a liar is fidgety and nervous. The trained interrogator knows the most dangerous lie is delivered in total, unnatural stillness. Human beings are wired to calm themselves when they experience distress. They do this through pacifying behaviors, touching the neck, clearing the throat, rubbing the forehead, or adjusting clothing. When the limbic system senses threat or guilt, it demands immediate self-soothing. Touching the suprasternal notch, the dimple at the base of the neck, lowers the heart rate via vagus nerve stimulation. Arthur Schopenhauer observed that human nature is driven by a restless, suffering will. Pacifying actions are the physical manifestation of that internal agony. You confront an associate about a missed deadline. They smile and claim everything is under control, but their hand immediately moves to stroke their neck, or they continuously adjust their watch band. The words claim safety. The body is frantically soothing a nervous system in panic. Run this experiment. Ask someone a question that touches on a sensitive topic. Watch their hands immediately after you finish speaking. Do they touch their face, neck, or hair? Recognize that every pacifying behavior is a confession of vulnerability. Once you spot it, you know precisely where to push deeper. People can fake a smile. They can fake eye contact. They almost never think to fake the direction of their feet. Evolutionary psychology reveals that our feet are directed toward where we want to go, either toward a desired objective or away from a threat. Machiavelli understood that to govern men, one must observe their true desires, not their proclaimed loyalty. You're speaking to someone in office. They are facing you, smiling and nodding. But look down. Their torso is angled toward you, yet their feet are pointed directly toward the exit door. Their conscious mind is being polite. Their limbic system is desperately trying to escape the interaction. When engaging with anyone today, drop your eyes for 1 second to check their feet. Are they pointed at you, or are they angled toward the door or toward another person in the room? If their feet point away, terminate the conversation or change the topic immediately. You have lost their true engagement, regardless of how brightly they smile. A micro-expression is an involuntary facial expression that appears for a fraction of a second. It reveals the true emotion a person is trying to conceal before the conscious mind can suppress it. First mapped comprehensively by Dr. Paul Ekman, micro-expressions are universal across human culture. The amygdala fires faster than the motor cortex can construct a fake expression, a flash of contempt, a subtle, asymmetrical lifting of one lip corner, signals that the individual believes they are superior to you or holds you in utter disdain. You present a new idea to a supervisor. Before they say, "That's an interesting proposal," their lip twitches upward on one side for a millisecond. That single flicker of contempt tells you everything. They think your idea is worthless, and they look down on you. Train yourself to look at the center of a person's face, taking in the eyes and mouth simultaneously without focusing on one spot. Watch for the sudden, fleeting flash that contradicts the words that follow. Most people digest fake politeness and live in delusion. You will see the fleeting disgust, contempt, and anger that others try to hide, giving you absolute strategic clarity. When humans see something they dislike, feel threatened by, or wish to hide from, their limbic system triggers eye-blocking behaviors. This is an instinctual survival mechanism that begins in infancy. Babies cover their eyes when frightened. In adults, it evolves into subtle rubbing of the eyelids, prolonged blinking, covering the eyes with a hand, or looking away immediately after a statement. Marcus Aurelius emphasized keeping the mind untroubled by external appearances. Eye-blocking shows a mind completely overwhelmed by what it is confronting. You lay out financial numbers to an investor. The moment you state the valuation, they rub the bridge of their nose and close their eyes for 2 seconds before responding. They didn't just feel tired. Their brain rejected the figure instantly. When presenting information, watch for the exact moment the subject's eyes close or shield themselves. That moment marks the boundary of their acceptance. While the naive focus on pitch and tone, you will track the exact millisecond their brain shields itself from reality. When you begin applying these principles, your reality will shift violently. You will no longer hear words. You will see physical mechanics. You will sit in meetings, dates, and family gatherings, observing the silent battlefield of human interaction with cold, absolute detachment. It will feel uncomfortable at first. You will feel isolated because you will realize how much everyone lies to you, to others, and to themselves. People may react negatively to you without knowing why. They will sense that you are seeing straight through their social masks, and it will terrify their subrational minds. Good. Let them feel exposed. You are no longer part of the gullible audience watching the theater. You are the director backstage, controlling the light switches. You are becoming unrecognizable to the weak, passive version of yourself that accepted lies at face value. The old, comfortable version of you will try to reassert itself. It will tell you that it is easier to trust words, to be polite, to ignore the foot directions, the pacifying touches, and the flashes of contempt. Most who read this will collapse back into their passive conditioning within 48 hours. They prefer the warm lie over the freezing truth. If you are still here, you are part of the rare minority that hungers for power and absolute clarity. Subscribe now to join this circle of observers. But understand this: what can be shared publicly is strictly limited. The most potent and censored mechanics of human manipulation and nonverbal dominance are suppressed by mainstream algorithms. Those operational protocols exist exclusively behind the Join button. Click Join below to access the classified library. Most won't have the courage to look behind the curtain. That is by design.